Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Racha, Kadash, for giving me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well. Wabarakatham unto the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 on down to the sincere men, women, and children that do believe. This is the brother Gabar. All right, and I'm back with another lesson. This is going to be over. Keep your eyes single. All right, keep your eyes single. And Yahweh Shai taught us this because this is the mindset you're going to have, especially in enduring unto the end, as we're going to go into when Peter stepped off of that ship, right? How he was single at first and then he was focusing on something else. So this is something we have to keep in mind, to keep our eyes single even in the storms, all right? Because it's easy when it's prosperity, but when we're going through stuff as well, right? And also how, as it mentions here, Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18, all right, how we supposed to be increasing in this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, in this shining light, all right? Let's jump into it. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, but the path of the just, now this just is the elect. The path of the just is as the shining light. Now we know that this shining light is the wisdom. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter Salakia. But this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, in verse 26. It says, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light, that she is wisdom, because it comforts you as a mother or a sister or a wife, okay? For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God, and the image of his goodness, okay? So this wisdom is that shining light that is within us, all right? But we're supposed to be increasing more and more in it. And we know that the roots to that wisdom is the fear of the Lord, okay? The root to that wisdom is the fear of the Lord. So you're supposed to be what? Fearing more and more. This is how you're going to be walking with Yahweh Bahashim Shai on that level, to where you have spiritual power, all right, on that actual manifested physical level, because we have a portion of it now, but the Lord is going to increase it more and more. But you have to increase more and more, as it says back in Proverbs 14, Proverbs 4 and 18. It says, but the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. So ultimately you have to be full of that light, okay? That's what it means, more and more. So more and more darkness is scurrying away as you go in those different rooms of your house, of your mind, of your body. All right, you go into those different rooms and you turn on the lights, all right? Like a house at night, you'll see somebody with one light on in the house. You can clearly see it's on. Maybe the blinds are open and it's just shining through the window. All right, might be one upstairs light on, you know. All right, but you have to be going through the house, all right, sweeping and you know, preparing your mind, all right, and ridding certain things and turning on those lights. So now you went from having one light on to maybe two or three, all right, to, you know, the whole entire house, you know, is shining, is lit. That's how you have to be in this truth. All right, so you're going to have to sweep your own house, all right, and turn those lights on. And sometimes the Lord, he's going to chastise you. He's going to purge things out of you as well, and you have to endure that. All right, it says that shineth more and more unto the perfect day, right? The perfect day is when we get to the end of that path of the fire on one side and water on the other side, to ultimately the kingdom, you know. But you're going to be getting washed with the water and purified with that fire along the way, right? Now, jump into Matthew chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Salakia. Okay. But these are the words of Yahweh Shai. He's teaching us. He said, if therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. So to shine more, all right, you have to be more single. Going into this word single on the blue letter.
Strong's G 573. Haplus. Haplus.
Okay. Now it says simple, single, whole, spelled W-H-O-L-E, whole. Okay. So we must be wholly focused on Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, fearing Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. That's how you're going to shine more. It reads again, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, if you be whole, it says thy whole body shall be full of light, right? So if you are wholly set on fearing Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, then you're going to be full of that wisdom, full of that power, that light, because that's what it is, it's power. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 in verse 23, it says, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power. That's the point. Having all power. That's what that wisdom has. And that's what Yahweh Shai had, because you know he was his eye was single. You know his eye was single. He even said, all right, when he turned 12 and when his parents lost him, all right, they went back to find him, and he was sitting with those high-ranking men, and they said, basically, you know, we've been looking for you, where you been, you know, this and that. He said, I'm about my father's business, or shall not be about my father's business, you know. Yeah, I'm butchering it, but, you know, he basically said that, you know. So he was set, he was single-minded. That's what it go back to. All right, being single-minded. All right, the light of the body is the eye. You know, as it says. All right, if therefore thine eye be single, being single-minded, thy whole body shall be full of light. Right. So we need to make our bodies full of light by being more singled on that light as Yahweh Shai was. All right, that's how Yahweh Shai was moving. And if we want to move like that, we're going to have to do the same thing. He's telling us. All right. So that's what I wanted to touch on. Now, Slakia, man. Now, I want to go into Matthew chapter 14. Damn, Slakia. Matthew chapter 14. And we can start at Matthew 14:22. It reads, this is right after Yahweh Shai fed a multitude. It said, in straightway Yahweh Shai restrained his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. Verse 23, and when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. Right. All right. And you can imagine all of this happening in your mind. You're supposed to be envisioning these scriptures. All right. It says, verse 25, and in the fourth watch of the night, Yahweh Shai went unto them, walking on the sea. Right. And imagine it's still a storm going on in verse 24. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. Right. It was a bad storm going on. All right. But now the Lord is finna increase their faith. It says, and in the fourth watch of the night, Yahweh Shai went unto them, walking on the sea. Right. All right. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. But straightway Yahweh Shai spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua. So this is the mind we have to have. Being single-minded on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, and then things will start happening around you. But also you have to maintain, all right, that single-minded, all right, that you have, being diligent. Okay, it says verse 30, but when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. Right, so he took his eyes off of Yahushua, which was right in front of him, to what? The storm that was going on around him. And that's going to be a lot of ways people going to sink. Ultimately, you walking by sight and not by faith. That's why you're sinking. The scripture commands us to walk by faith and not by sight, right? So, reading 30 again, it says, but when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. All right. And immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? Right. So you can be single-minded upon Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. All right. But when that wind get boisterous, all right, you have to not be afraid. You have to continue to be steadfast, all right, in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, to be sure. And those are all qualities that is within wisdom, right? Let's grab this right here. This is Sirach chapter 33 and Sirach chapter 27 and verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown. Right. All right. And that fear is giving you faith, because if you fear the Lord, that proves that you believe in him. You have the knowledge of his omnipotency. But this word diligently on Google says in a way that shows care and cautiousness in one's work or duties. All right. Also, it goes into that word diligent, because it says diligently. So this word diligent, all right, let me see. All right, similar words on Google says committed. All right, it says attentive. It says constant, my bad. It says occurring continuously over a period of time, right? And that period of time is ultimately forever, okay? Because that's what we're trying to go back to. All right, how we you got to be diligent. All right, you got to be constantly fearing Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, so that what? So that your house don't be overthrown, as it says right here. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown, right? And you don't want your faith to be overthrown. So you can be more sure. You can be more of a sure spirit. All right, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, right quick. And jump down to verse 23. It says, kind to men, steadfast, sure. Now, if we just typed in this word sure on Google, it says confident. There you go. All right. And we know that Proverbs 14:26 says that in the fear of the Lord is strong confidence. So, all right, why did you doubt? You know, you need to be more sure. You need to have more of a sure spirit. And that sureness, that sure spirit is in wisdom. That's why it says in the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, right? Okay. In the fear of the Lord, in that wisdom is strong confidence, is that sure spirit. So you need to be more sure. You need to get more wisdom. It says confident in what one thinks or knows, having no doubt that one is right. There you go. Having no doubt. Back in Matthew chapter 14 and verse 31. And immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? That sure spirit will eliminate the doubt in you. So you need more wisdom. O thou of little faith. The faith is found in the fear of the Lord, in that wisdom. Get more wisdom. Work on your fear. Work on your wisdom. Ask for more wisdom. Pray, fast, do what you have to do. Or else your house is going to be soon overthrown. Your faith is going to be overthrown. All right, with that. Okay, you see how it all connects? Okay. So that's the point that I wanted to make. All right, because Yahushua said, wherefore didst thou doubt? All right, but we know in wisdom is a sure spirit. All right, I'll read some of these similar words and I'll close it off. The similar words on Google for this word sure, it says unwavering, unhesitating. There you go. Unwavering. All right. So if you're wavering, all right, you need to get your mind together. You need to clear your conscience. The scripture says, if our conscience condemn us not, then have we confidence toward God. That word confidence means trust, faith, belief. So if your conscience don't condemn you, all right, then you'll have that confidence. Well, how's your conscience condemning you? By the things that you're doing. So it all goes back to you working on your roots. Work on your fear. Be more whole in the fear of the Lord. Be more single-minded, as that word goes into. All right, single. You know that I pulled out on Matthew chapter 6 and verse 22. All right. If therefore thine eye be single, imagine Yahushua is telling you that right now. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. You'll be able to do that thing. You'll be able to, you'll have that wisdom on the level that you want it, that you desire it, if you be more single, if you be more whole in the fear of Yahweh Shema Shah, turning on all the lights within your house, your mind, your body, your deeds, acknowledging me in all of your ways, not just so, not just 90%, but going as hard as you can and fighting. All right, when it's good times and when it's bad times. Okay. But that's what I want to illustrate in this lesson, man. Be more single-minded, all right, to the fear of the Lord, and watch the things that are happening around you. Watch how you'll walk on water. Quite literally. All right, at that. But with that, I want to say, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Al Shai, Bahashim Rakha Kadash, for giving me a spirit and power to make this lesson. Until next time, Kam Yasharallah. Shalom.